Tens of thousands of women say they suffered painful and serious side effects from a medical device meant as a permanent birth control option. The device, known as Essure, is the subject of nearly 27,000 complaints to the FDA since its approval back in 2002. Women have reported excessive pain, severe allergic reactions, and in some cases, perforated organs. Werner looks at the growing concern. Anna, good morning. This is scary stuff.
Good morning, Gayle. Well, Essure is FDA approved, but the agency recently restricted sales of the device to physicians who provide their patients with a checklist outlining the risks. The FDA also gave the device a mandatory black box warning in 2016. Bayer, the device's manufacturer, admits there's no way to know who might develop problems. And women who have had problems told us the experience affected every aspect of their lives.
The whole process was a very, very dark time for me.
Even now, Amanda Rusmicell feels the pain from the choice she made 10 years ago.
What are you barking at?
It started after Rusmicell and her husband decided 2 children were enough. Her doctor recommended a newer method of permanent birth control, something called Essure.
You can go back to work the next day. It's non-invasive. It'll be no problem at all.
Essure is a medical device designed to prevent pregnancy permanently without surgery. A doctor inserts 2 small flexible coils in a woman's fallopian tubes, where they're supposed to build up scar tissue and block the tubes. Manufacturer Bayer says Essure has been used in nearly 1 million women worldwide and advertises it as surgery-free, hormone-free, and worry-free.
It was the worst pain I've ever been through.
Rusmicell says the pain continued, along with heavy periods so debilitating she started to miss work. Her doctor told her it was likely just her age. Then, when the symptoms persisted, said she'd need a hysterectomy. She was 38.
I didn't have support of anybody that was dealing with the same things as me. And so it was very hard, and I felt like my body was failing me.
It wasn't until she found this Facebook group that she realized she wasn't alone. Thousands of other women posted about problems they experienced, including pain, severe bloating, and rashes. Some posted images they say show the devices perforated a fallopian tube or their uterus. Bayer declined to do an on-camera interview, but an executive told us in a phone interview, "We take all of this very seriously." He said the company's studies show the product has low and acceptable rates of adverse events. And he said, "We do not see anything that would indicate that the risks of Essure outweigh the benefits." Illinois doctor Brett Cassidy says at first he agreed, implanting Essure in 114 patients. But his opinion changed, he says, after a patient came back.
She was having brain fog, migraines, joint pain in her knees, arms, wrists.
Those seem like strange symptoms to even be linked with a device like this.
Yeah, and my exact thoughts.
He eventually determined she needed a hysterectomy, which removed the Essure devices along with the uterus.
And what happened to her symptoms?
Gone.
Completely?
So, completely gone. Within a week, she was feeling 100% better.
That was 3 years ago. Since then, Dr. Cassidy says he's done over 100 hysterectomies for women with similar problems. He's since concluded Essure can cause reactions in some women.
So the coils are made of nickel and polyester fibers. And when they're placed in the tube, it creates an inflammation reaction. But this inflammation reaction continues in the body.
So you're basically saying that these 2 tiny little coils can make your whole body go haywire?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine or believe.
Bayer says hysterectomy is not the only option for Essure removal. Their executive says the reason for the complaints is hard to say. He told us a lot of those symptoms can be hormonally related and common as women go through reproductive life. But the explanations aren't good enough for Amanda Rusmicell.
But we still want this product off the market. Everything we've done is because we have banged on people's doors and we don't go away.
Well, one way those women have had an impact is on Essure sales. The company confirmed to us that sales have dropped. They said they're facing challenges. Now, we also spoke with a doctor who's a paid consultant for Bayer, Dr. Peter Rothschild of Northern Virginia, and he told us he's implanted Essure devices in more than 1,100 patients with No reported problems, no patients coming back to him anyway. FDA has ordered Bayer to conduct a post-market trial to compare Essure side effects with those of tubal ligation, and that final report date is 2023, Norah.
Oh, Anna, it's so disturbing to hear the pain that these women have gone through.
Yeah, some of them say that it has really been life-altering.
And Bayer says these are acceptable rates. You've got numbers here, 27,000 women may be affected, 35,000 may be affected. You said 16,000 lawsuits. Doesn't seem like acceptable rates when you get into the multiple thousands.
Well, and that's what women who are saying they don't believe this is acceptable. That's why they are conducting a campaign trying to get it taken off the market. Bayer disagrees, obviously.
Thank you, Anna.